a new beginning. Hello and welcome to Rubbin Minds. My name is Hero Daniels and this is our very first show for 2025. I am super excited. I hope you did have a good, happy new year. And of course, everybody's setting their resolutions and people are making plans. I went to the gym just a couple of days ago. The gym is full because everybody has a fitness goal for the year. Everybody has been chanting, New Year, New Me. But I'm sorry to break it to you. If you do not have an appropriate plan for the year, it's going to be New Year, Old You. So we're here to help you out. We're going to be discussing New Year, new mindsets, goals, and resolutions. Joining me in the studio to discuss this is the founder of Teen Guide Africa, Kemi Olojolu. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Ira. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. Amazing. Also joining us from the Abuja studio is a communications specialist, Bukola Shaba. Hello, Bukola. Welcome to the program.
Hi, Hero. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. To be here. Amazing. So I'm going to kick off with you, Bukola. It's 2025. How important are resolutions?
I think they're key. Resolutions are key for sure. You should have them. I don't know if I should go further, but I really think that resolutions are important for you to start the new year. We know the euphoria of crossing from one year to the other, and you want to set new goals. You want to reflect on how your past year has been, and set, a new path if necessary for the new year. Or in some cases, like, a lot of people are starting to wake up to, it's also okay to carry over some of those old resolutions and old goals into the new year if you did not achieve them in the past year. So in a nutshell, resolutions are key, resolutions are important. But do they have to always be new? Maybe not. But I think they're good as you start the new year.
All right. Kemi, how did we even come about the whole culture of setting resolutions at the beginning of the year?
I think it's natural because you've just ended a particular season, and this time it's the calendar showing you this January to December, and then you're going into a new year. So normally people, after finishing something, and there is an opportunity, and this opportunity is everybody's birthday. And so everybody has that chance to start again. And to, as it's in the human, you just feel that you can do better. And resolutions show that there is hope. And so I think that's one of the major reasons. The fact that it's natural is the end and something else is starting. And the fact that you and I are here, we're talking about it. This is how you feel that resolution,
right.
That culture. Because we send messages, Happy New Year and things like that. And then everybody sends you, we hope it's going to be a better year. And so seeing all of that, you want it to be better.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Let's dive straight into it. What are the 4 key areas, or what are the key areas? Let me know. I don't know why I even mentioned 4.
I was wondering.
What are the key areas that every individual organization should sort of look at in terms of when they're setting their resolutions? What are the key areas we should look into?
Okay, so if you talk about organization, let's focus on individuals, because most of the people watching us right now, at least even if they're not part of an organization, they are individuals. You have to look at your health. You should set resolutions in that area. Although I would say that just focus on one thing, because sometimes when most people have a lot of things and there's this paralysis that comes, but generally you have health, you have physical, okay, that is health, physical development. I would add spiritual development. I would add social, and then one more, maybe something that has to, if you're a student, career. If you're not a student, if you're a student, academic goals. So you want to set resolutions in that area. You want to say, and resolutions should be should have plans. I'm sure you're getting into that. So a resolution means that you are resolving to do this. You used to do this, and this is another opportunity, and you make up your mind. I want to do something different in this area. This year, I want to be more fit. And then to make that smarter, you say that this year, I would work out for 30 minutes every day.
Okay. I like that you highlighted career, you highlighted health.
Yes.
Perhaps Bukola can help us when it comes to the area of finances.
Yes.
What other areas are there, Bukola?
Yeah, so physical, mental, it's part of physical, but we're getting to the point where I think it's important to start, putting that in a distinct bucket, right? To say my mental health, because of everything that's happening in our environment these days. All right, so yeah, she talked about spiritual, she talked about family. Family and relationships is also another key area that people should be intentional about setting goals around. So whether it's your immediate family, your extended family, your friends, for those because there are people who are not in family structures, but you have friends who are maybe like family. So you want to be intentional about setting goals around that as well. So I think that would be my key additions.
Amazing. I think I speak for most Nigerians when I say that finances are a big thing, especially for 2025. In 2024, the beginning of 2024, even up to the end of 2024, Nigerians have not quite adjusted to the shock that the economy received as a result of inflation due to the fuel subsidy removal and other factors. So now a lot of Nigerians have still not started earning what they're supposed to be earning in order to match up with their lifestyle. So what tangible financial plan should the average Nigerian have in 2025? Bukola?
I would say that I always look back to look forward. I think that that's key when setting goals. So you want to start with reflecting on the past year. You've highlighted a lot of factors that might have affected people. Earning power remains low or on average for most people, while inflation, as you know, the cost of living has gone up a lot. So I think looking back would mean that, how was last year? What did I earn? What job did I do? Whatever kind of support you got. And then coming into the new year, this is a year to budget. I mean, it's a buzzword. It's something that is said, but I think that we have too many tools and too many resources that we cannot afford not to do that anymore. So I think that it will be important to really earmark how much am I getting in and how much am I spending, right? And if you do that calculation on paper, then it's easier for you to figure out, do I need to cut back, right? And then to also determine how much more do I need to earn and where do I get it, which will then factor into maybe making career goals. For instance, to say, I need to earn a particular amount of money, so I need to either get out of this job or figure out a way to be elevated on that job, right? Something like that. So I think that budgeting will be key. I think that increasing one's earning power will be key. And to do that, you then have to start talking about upskilling, right? This is the year to not only take courses, because again, sometimes we get in the euphoria of, everybody's doing an ebook, everybody's doing a course. And there's nothing wrong with that. But more importantly, you need to ask yourself, you need to reflect and ask yourself, what do I need? What skill do I maybe have a bit of interest in that I can build on? What can I do with my hands, right? You can't go wrong with food, for instance, right? So just figuring out, what do people need around you that you are able to give? Because it's in adding value that really you can build good wealth, right? So when you add value to people, people are going to pay for that. So figure out how can you upskill to be able to add value. Yeah.
I'm gonna get right back to you so we can talk about how to earn residual income. What are the other businesses you can do while doing your current business or functioning in your current career, and you're just sort of earning residual income. But Kemi, I really want us to speak about the balance between being optimistic, having faith, and being realistic. So a lot of churches have mantra for this year. A lot of people crossed over from churches and of course whatever faith that they practice in Nigeria, and they have so much optimism, they have so much faith. So how do we strike a balance between having that faith and having an actionable plan?
That's a really good question, because And if I may add to what you said, optimism and then energy. There's a lot of energy at the new year, and everybody is saying we're going to do it this year. So everyone also needs to step back. As we speak right now, you may be amazed if you had to take a poll, how many people have actually sat down to do their goal setting for this year. How many people have, taking a pause? We're still, it's already 4th or 5th of January and we're still all over the place. And so it's really necessary that we understand the fact that dreams don't work unless we do. And so no matter how big, ambitious, no matter how beautiful our resolve is, it's not going to work unless put it to work. So there will be challenges. Everybody must remember that there will be challenges. If you look back at 2024, and that Bukola was talking about reflecting. If you reflect and you look at what were those things that did not allow you to achieve your goals that last year, how have you grown? And so expect that there would also be challenges this year. And what is going to be your support system? How are you going to make sure that you achieve your goals? And I just want to share something that we use with secondary school students at our organization. We did a campaign that says Dare to Dream, and we made dream into an acronym. So we said D, define your purpose. Clarity is power. People can't help you until you're sure about what you want to do. We say the country is hard, but people are forging forward. There are actually people who want to see you succeed, your friends, your family members. But what is it exactly? Is it that I just want to make it this year, or this is my year, just like you said, but what exactly is it that you want to achieve this year? So define your purpose. And we said R, recognize your worth, because very soon all the energy will start dying down and it's going to get more real. You're going to get back home. It's the same, it's the same old days, the same Monday, Tuesday. Okay, and sometimes you may start to look down on yourself when you see that you are failing in some things. But when you remember that you have the potential to do the things that you have said you're going to do, so you need to recognize your worth, that the things happening to you or happening around you, they do not define you. Each person has a potential. What's a DRE? E is expand your thinking. This is something I practice. So I set ambitious goals at the beginning of every year. And then the year starts to happen and it looks like, and sometimes I'm down. So what I go to do, I go to YouTube. I go to listen to someone who has achieved some of the things I'm trying to achieve. Or not necessarily, someone who has done something. And I listen to them and somehow I get inspired. And so you expand your thinking by reading books, by listening to other people, by asking someone, how did you do it? Then you get inspired, because we all need motivation. And there is A, actions, and M is master your craft. So that's how we help young people beyond that dream. Yes, we tell them dream big, but this is how to dream. You have to define your purpose, you have to recognize your worth, you have to act, and you have to master your craft. Yeah.
That is so profound, and I don't think it should apply to only young people. It should apply to everybody.
Actually, when we do it, I go back and I'm like,
right,
am I applying this thing? Like, am I expanding my thinking?
Thank you so much. It was really in-depth. I loved it. Thank you. Bukola, I want us to really go direct and talk about things practically. So what are other sources of income that Nigerians could possibly adapt this 2025?
Right. Suddenly become a financial guru here. I think just going back to what Kemi was sharing, you need to know what you are good at. I think that money can be made anywhere and with anything. And I've seen that personally in my own life, right? I participated in a vision board workshop in 2017, just for fun. And I did a vision board, came back to Nigeria a couple of years later, and I said, I should organize this for people. And I was doing it for fun. Now I make money from it. So you can make money from anything, really. But I think what is more important I would like people to walk away with is ask yourself, what is that thing that you have in your hands? It might start to sound a bit spiritual, but it's true. You have the gift that you need. You have the skill, maybe not at the level that you need it, but recognizing that, and then you realize, what do I need to add on to this? How can I build on this? Do I need a course? Do I need to talk to someone? Do I need to listen to more podcasts? Do I need to practice? Do I need to practice this, right, to then find it? But just in terms of just, speaking generally, I would say that anything that has to do with food and clothing, just think about the hierarchy of needs. What are the basic needs that people have? People need shelter, people need food. When you think about those things, then start to think, what do I have, that I can then build on to potentially meet one of these needs? If you can add value, you can make money. I would say that. And there are a lot of opportunities. I would say that if you're a young person listening to me, you don't have a LinkedIn account yet, that's wrong. I would just say, you need to connect, right? The world is now a village in a sense, right? Because of social media, because of internet, right? You can connect with anybody, literally anybody, anywhere.
That's true.
Right? And so you need to figure out what platforms you can be on to ensure that those connections are able to happen. And from there, you get new markets, you get new people, you get opportunity to new currencies as well.
Okay, sign up for LinkedIn. Got it. So Kemi, you mentioned, you talked about dreaming, right?
Yeah.
Using the acronyms D up until M and how people should follow through with that. How can they sustain? Because sustaining it, I think, is the biggest challenge. So you've started off great. You've put out an action plan. January, February, maybe you survived March. How can we sustain the momentum up until December?
Very good. Very good question. Sustaining, it's a lot, and people always need to understand themselves and what works for them. You can't compare yourself to another person. If you see someone going this way, it might not necessarily work for you. Let me give an example. So I usually have health goals every year. And sometimes I join my husband. I'm like, after a while, I said, I'm always to add this man to my health goals, because we've just made the same goals and we're like, okay, no soda, no cake and everything. Then somebody gives us a cake. It comes to the fridge. When that cake is in that fridge, my mind is not at rest until I have gone there to take some. Meanwhile, my husband could just pass by once it takes a little. So I understand myself, and I know that one of the ways to sustain my goals is my environment. I need to create a particular environment for myself. So that environment could be the kind of friends that you move with. You need to, if you have a goal, for example, you say, this year I'm going to get better with my personal development. And so maybe one of the things is to attend leadership training courses, leadership trainings.
Okay.
And then that there are these people in your class or in your office that always talking about going for this conference. And then you make friends with them.
So basically support system.
It's a big support system. That's one of the ways. There are so many other ways, but that's maybe for now.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate you, and we just have to wrap up the segment.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to Bukola. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us, and I really wish you a happy new year. All right, it's the Rubbin Minds, and please, no matter what happens this year, remember that excellence is not an action but a habit. So you have to stay consistent, and you definitely achieve your goals. We'll be right back.
Don't just stand there teasing me. Now it's